Amen.
Because I got to that fellowship and connected with the men. See, everybody's saved in the church on a Sunday. You see people, But now I got to connect with these men and it made me realize that they're human just like me.
Amen.
We've all been through some struggles and some things or whatever.
Definitely.
But these men have cleaned their life up. And the service, our men's fellowship, turned into a testimonial service. And I left there a changed man, I'm telling you, because it gave me a whole different perspective. And I just grew closer. All the men, we just grew closer and closer together, that brotherhood. And next thing you know, this brother's bringing in another brother. This brother bringing in another brother.
Awesome.
Now church is growing and things like that, man. And we're going to talk about it later, how iron sharpens iron.
Amen.
We made each other better husbands, better fathers, better men in our community. And that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
And so there are just so many reasons, going back to the original question, the thought of why so many men isolate from brotherhood. I don't know, cultural, societal pressures that come along with that.
Yeah.
Some men just want to be left alone.
Yeah.
They just want to be individuals or have their individualism, whatever.
Okay.
Personal success, privacy, so many reasons. Men may feel pressure to maintain independence. They're avoiding vulnerability.
Definitely.
A lot of them don't want to be vulnerable or whatever. They're protecting their personal space, if you will.
For sure.
And we know that can hinder the openness that's required in true fellowship of men.
Yeah.
Amen. So that's the reason we always start our men's fellowship is that what's said here, what's done here,
Stays here.
it stays right here.
Yes, sir.
Amen. So they fear that vulnerability, that lack of that safe space and things like that. And they become spiritually somewhat disconnected. Deacon Keith hit on it earlier, talk about past experiences. So we never know what hurt. A lot of people call it church hurt or things from their past that's got them so disconnected with biblical brotherhood. And so, but we don't give up on them because all they need is someone to simply engage them.
Right.
Definitely.
And, and they see that you're genuine, that you're open. And they probably been watching you anyway.
Exactly.
And that's why I always say you never get a second chance to make a first impression. And so
good.
that's why it's always best for you to be on your best behavior every day. When you walk out of that house, when you walk into that church, you're going to get the same brother every day.
Amen.
Every day. I used to tell my kids all the time that when you leave this house, when you go to school and things like that, you represent this family. You represent your mom. You represent your dad. You represent that name we carry. Don't go out here and embarrass our name.
Exactly.
And so what I would say to those men is that first and foremost, man, isolating, it's not about you in the first place.
No,
it's not about you.
That's good.
We've lived a period of time now, and we are of a certain level of maturity, and we got so much wisdom, so much experience that we need to pour into these young men, these young boys, these young men that are growing up today. So don't isolate, because we need you. We need that wisdom you have, that knowledge, that understanding, that teaching, that thing that you can bring that none of us may not be able to possess, because all of us up here on this panel, we all bring different things, amen, to the ministry, to the brothers, or what have you. I'm not going to reach every man.
Sure.
Okay?
Different background.
But I guarantee you there's a brother here in this church or whatever that can be the perfect brother to connect with that man right there.
Agreed.
Because they got some shared things going on. They've been through some of the same things and all of that. And together it makes us, better. Again, the ripple effect. And what I would say to those men that want to isolate, remember, man, at this stage of our lives, it's about legacy. It's about legacy. It's not about me anymore. It's not about me. That's the way I live my life. It's not about me. It's the legacy that I want to leave behind.
Yeah.
Okay?